Hey everyone, Barry Brooksby here. How can you get more tax-free income in retirement? Think about your overall portfolio, and I want you to answer this question. Will taxes be higher in the future? Much higher? Do you want to pay those taxes? And what are you going to do about it? The US national debt is approaching $40 trillion. If taxes are higher in the future, which is a high probability, what will you do to pay the higher taxes? And what are you putting in place now to avoid paying less tax in the future? So my next question, where are you currently saving and investing money? As you think about your overall portfolio, I want you to picture 3 tax buckets. There's the tax deferred bucket that includes 401ks, IRAs. Any government qualified plan would fall into that tax deferred bucket. It's really not a tax savings. You're kicking the tax can down the road. You're saying, I don't want to pay the tax now. I'm going to get a deduction, but you're simply putting off paying the taxes until some future date. And remember, if you believe taxes will be higher in the future, it's highly likely that you'll be paying more tax on the money later as compared to paying the tax today. The next bucket would be the taxable bucket. These are things like savings, CDs, your brokerage account, real estate. It's likely you get a 1099 at the end of the year. You pay the tax, you do it again the following year. If you stay in these investments and taxes go up in the future, the 1099s get larger. Our third bucket, my favorite bucket, most everyone's favorite bucket, is tax-free. This would include a Roth IRA, some municipal bonds, not all, and what I want to talk about today, cash value life insurance. There are reasons that cash value life insurance is the best tax-free bucket of money. We'll get into those things in a moment. Going back to the question I asked a few minutes ago, where are you currently saving and investing money? Most of you are going to say tax deferred, my 401k, my IRA. Maybe you have some money in taxable. And which bucket do you like the best? I know your answer. Tax-free. 100% of the time, people answer tax-free. If you don't have tax-free or very little in tax-free, how can you make that shift from going tax-deferred or taxable to tax-free and creating more tax-free money in your future so you don't have to worry about what future tax rates will be? Because the tax-deferred buckets and the taxable buckets of money have tax consequences now and maybe severe tax consequences in the future, we are focused today on how to get more tax-free income in retirement. The reason cash value insurance is the best tool is because it meets and checks a lot of boxes. For example, if you have money in a Roth IRA, that's great for tax-free, but there are restrictions. There's limited amounts of money that you can contribute. Those Roth IRAs are usually allocated to the stock market, mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, etc. There's volatility. You have to wait until you're 59 and a half to access the money. And if you try taking money out of your Roth IRA before 59 and a half, you not only will pay the tax on the gains, you'll also pay an early 10% withdrawal penalty. Those restrictions with the Roth IRA make it not the best place to store cash for tax-free retirement income. Municipal bonds can be tax-free, but not 100% of the time, and the returns usually are nominal. With cash value life insurance, there aren't restrictions. There are virtually unlimited contribution limits. The money inside of a cash value policy is growing guaranteed, and you earn an annual dividend. You can also access cash in a life insurance policy anytime you want. You don't have to wait until you're 59 and a half. I want to show you real whole life high cash value numbers so you can see how to get more tax-free income in retirement. This illustration is on a healthy 40-year-old putting $100,000 a year into a policy. This policy is properly designed to maximize cash value. You'll notice in this column here, total cash value, the first year amount is over $83,000, which is over 83% of the premium going to cash. This is not traditional whole life insurance. This is uniquely designed, properly structured to grow cash value. That's the goal. Minimizing the death benefit, maximizing the cash. This policy has a flexible premium and can go as low as about $18,000 a year. So you could choose to fund $18,000, $100,000, or any amount in between. Now, you might be in a position where you want to put in 10 times this amount, $1 million a year. You might be in a position where you only want to do a tenth of this amount, $10,000 a year. Either way, the goal is always the same. Maximize the cash value to create greater streams of tax-free income in retirement. I'm going to point out several things. In the third year, when the $100,000 goes in, the cash value increase is $102,000. By the time you get to year 5, you put in the $100,000, the cash value increase is $119,000. Year 10, the $100,000 goes in, the cash value increase is $156,000. These numbers are always getting larger because the policy is earning compound interest. The dividend gets paid, it then earns compound interest year after year after year, and you'll always make more money from one year to the next as time goes on. In this illustration example, he's going to fund $100,000 a year through the age of 60, and at the age of 61 is going to reduce down to the minimum $18,000 a year. Now at this point, the cash value is $3.6 million. Remember, this is a tax-free number. If you follow what I teach you, all of the money can come to you tax-free. Well, in the next year, he only puts in the $18,000. The cash value grows to $3.82 million. That is a $219,000 gain on an $18,000 premium. There you have it, the power of compound interest and growing more tax-free income in the future. Now, looking at the next page, at the age of 66, he's not putting any more money into the policy. The $18,000's done, the $100,000's done, and we see this here because the total premium at the age of 66 is 0. Per the MEC guideline, MEC, you do need to fund a policy for at least 7 years. But in any year, he could have chosen to drop down to the $18,000. It's not required that he keep paying the $100,000 for the 20 years. It's a flexible premium that will give you more peace of mind as you think about your own numbers and looking at your own numbers for future tax-free retirement income. Here's what's amazing. Even after he's done funding, the cash value continues to grow. $4.8 million. The next year, it's $5.07 million. The next year, it's $5.3 million. And if you look at these gains, $283,000, $298,000, $314,000, the numbers just keep increasing because of the compound interest growth. No premiums going in, the cash value continues to grow exponentially. At the age of 66, he's now going to begin taking out tax-free income. So for you, think about your future. How much tax-free income do you want? How much tax-free money do you have right now in your savings or investment portfolio? All of us want tax-free income. But as you look at your portfolio, if the answer is, hey, all my money's in tax-deferred and taxable, think about what you can do to go more tax-free. So in this case, he's going to begin taking out income of $295,000 per year. The general rule of taking out income is he's first going to take out the money he put in. We call this basis. The basis up to this point is $2,092,000. That's what he's paid in premiums. So he's going to take out $2,092,000 as a withdrawal, not pay any tax, not pay any interest. It's simply him removing the money that he put in first. Once he exhausts the basis of $2,092,000, he's then going to start taking policy loans. And in retirement, you don't pay any of the loans back. Those will come off of the permanent death benefit that's associated with the policy. This $295,000 income is going to last for 25 years. So we run this through the age of 66 through the age of 90. Now, could you take out $150,000 one year, $300,000 another year, none the third year, $400,000 the following year? Yeah, you can mix it up. But to keep my illustration numbers easy to understand today, I just used a consistent $295,000 a year of income. Because this is tax-free, because this is a properly structured whole life insurance policy, there's no reporting to your CPA or accountant. There's no claiming this $295,000 of income on your 1040 tax form. It truly is tax-free and does not need to be reported. So let's do the math. He put in $2,092,000 and he's able to take out $295,000 per year for 25 years. That's $7.3 million in tax-free income. If we were to run a comparable, if this were taxable, depending on the tax bracket, he would more than likely have to have 10 to 11 million in taxable money to net down 7.3 million tax-free. And if he passes away at the age of 90, there's still a $1.59 million death benefit that would go to his beneficiaries tax-free as well. So in recap, he put in $2,092,000. He takes out $7.37 million of tax-free money and can also leave $1.59 million to his beneficiaries tax-free. Him and his family will have enjoyed a total of $8.96 million of tax-free money. So the question is, what are you doing to get more tax-free income? Do you want to pay higher taxes in the future? How are you going to pay those higher taxes in the future? Starting today to create tax-free buckets of money will allow you to have a more peaceful retirement, not worried about the IRS coming to knock on your door to take their taxes away from you. Do what you can to avoid paying the IRS unnecessary taxes. There are multiple reasons I recommend using high cash value whole life insurance to create tax-free income for retirement. The top 4 of those benefits are 100% tax-free income. The cash value grows guaranteed. There is no market volatility. You have access to the liquid cash, no pre-59.5% 10% penalties, and you have a tax-free legacy that you can leave to your heirs. Look at your own numbers. See how high cash value whole life insurance and establishing a larger tax-free bucket of money will work for you.